is Thunder Walker with the Thunder Walker Experience. I am so excited. This is the Smoke Currency Tour. I got 5 on it, baby. This is the 5th day. I'm really, really excited to be here, summoned by the order at the Masquerade Ball, the last night in Jersey. And with me, I have Dirty Dank Jersey.
That's right.
And he's going to come and share a moment with us and tell us a little bit about how he got into this industry. How did you fall in love with the plant?
Yes. So my name is Jon Frank, and I love the plant. Cannabis saved my life. I have stage 2 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I'm battling cancer. I'm battling advanced Lyme disease. My grandfather had leukemia. I was watching all these medicines not work, and I needed something different. By prayer and by gravitating, manifesting the things I needed, certain people magically sprouted up, and I didn't know who they were, and there was no fame, there was no fortune. They didn't want any accolades, but they started to say, hey, just try this medicine, see if there's a result. I'm not even going to tell you what it is, but we'll just see. It's not going to hurt you.
Right.
And lo and behold, things got better slowly but surely. There's no magic cure, but there is a quality of life that is possible through cannabis.
Absolutely. When you tell me about dealing with medical issues and family members and things like that, it's a crushing that happens. It becomes one of the scariest part of your life because you are dependent upon someplace that's cold, like the hospital and the doctor's office.
Correct.
And you don't know if they're really serious about your wellness, but you're serious about it, serious than anything else in your life, and you're looking for something. And that's kind of what happened to me. I was looking for something. So that crushing happened to you, and then someone said, try this, right?
Correct.
And that it would work for you. So when you started trying it, what form did you try it in first?
So, rewind a little bit. I had tried smoking cannabis before, medicinally using it, kind of just with friends, but it was never more than the one-off. To really trying it, it was the first form was dabbing. It was not the nice, pretty dabbing we do today, but this is hot knives and titanium nails. But what I saw for the first time in my life was something that could replace benzodiazepines, that could replace all these analgesic and painkillers, because here it is, a plant. I basically convected it, burned it, whatever, consumed it, and had the similar kind of effect. And for me, I just wanted to be off those pills.
I totally understand that. So, pharmaceuticals can be very, very expensive. So from that time to where we are now, how many years has it been?
So it's pretty cool. I'm coming up on 10 years clean on February 20th next year, and my 40th birthday on the 27th. So it's like a magical year coming up for me.
I love that.
But for the plant, I would say probably about 13 years, like right in there, getting it in my life. And then the last 10, it's been crucial to get off of, my whole thing. I'm also a certified peer recovery coach. I come from addiction. I went from all of that to learning how to cope with not having those meds. And that's where cannabis truly gave me a freedom, because I couldn't afford, the alternatives to, opiates at the time.
Absolutely. Because, they really don't tell you, even though they say that this is to help you, you do become addicted to it, no matter what. I don't know of anyone that has been on a prescription drug like that has not become addicted to it. Correct. No matter if it's back pain, neck pain, whatever it is, it's an addiction. So this allowed you to get off of that, and it probably saved a lot of other things in your life, not just your life, but relationships. Tell me about that.
So one of the biggest things for me is I am legally disabled, and people would never imagine seeing me, what I do, and all of these things. But I have degenerative arthritis in my left knee. I have prosthetics. I have 3 bolts in my leg that are holding it together from a bad surgery. I have 2 spinal fusions. I have a cervical fusion and a thoracic fusion. I have degenerative disc disease. I have, like I said, advanced Lyme disease throughout my body, which is very painful. And the medicine is like the fountain of youth. Like, I'll put it this way. When I started to understand how cannabis attacks systemic inflammation, and how most diseases on earth are a result of systemic inflammation. If we begin to consume cannabis and cannabinoids with our digestive system and metabolizing it through our bodies rather than just smoking and consuming it, you'll start to see a therapeutic effect in your life far greater than anything that people are trying to propagate. Smoking cannabis saves your life. No, eating cannabis saves your life, and incorporating it into an alkaline diet.
Oh my goodness. An alkaline diet. That's a whole nother day, because I truly believe in that. I spend extra money just to have alkaline money. I mean water, because it's so important to me. It is.
I'm going to blow your mind. So I work for one of the world's largest chemical companies with chemical engineers, and I told them about this machine. I work in a wastewater treatment, so there is a filter. It can do it. You want to drink that 8.59, with the activated hydrogen in it. You want to, there's things called an analema wand, where you could take structured water inside of a quartz rod with a silver handle. You stir any bottle of water. You could get tap water. You stir it for 30 seconds, and the molecules begin to have sacred geometry and align themselves with the water in the wand. The water in the wand can take up to 10 years to make. That's why they're like $200. But you just take that, put it in your water, then you make your teas, your coffees, whatever, with structured water.
Structured water, guys. Oh my goodness.
And structured water allows for quantum movement. So all these things that we do, fluidity, comes from quantum entanglement with your cells. And if the water that you're drinking is activated, you'll begin to have much more dynamic response with your entire body.
That's a gem within itself. People wonder why I wear my crystals.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I love that. Exactly. People wonder why I drink certain water and why I will step away from a relationship and or a conversation that is not high vibration. That is why, because everything is feeding right now in our bodies. And I just love this conversation. But you know what? You got to tell me about this.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Big shout out to Woken Arts. From my heart and from the start, Woken Arts has supported me and I've supported them. But this is an iteration of the Gas Squatch. It's your boy with the joy, Double DJ Dirty Dank, the NJ Gas Squatch, the Puerto Rican Sasquatch, staying stoned to the bone in the cannabis zone. So I asked them, I gave them just simply, hey, I want your own manifestation of what you think the Gas Squatch with my personality, in the forest hunting Lucky Power Plant. Right. And that's a friend's brand of mine. I kept the name out of it, but everybody who sees this, they know that this is Lucky Power Plant and Lucky found me, and so I got to get that in the pot and I got to get out of there quick so I can go home and clone myself and start growing some Lucky Power Plant myself.
I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's so vibrant. I don't know if the film shows enough of it, but it's absolutely vibrant. You know what? We started talking about cannabis, but there's something else that you do, and I want you to touch on it. Sure. Let's talk about psilocybin.
Oh, yeah.
And medicinal mushrooms. It is so important to understand that process, too, because that's the next wave. Sure. It's coming. And so tell me a little bit about your walk within the psilocybin ecosystem.
I have been very blessed in my life. Even in high school, my friend went to college he got his biopharmacology, degree, and he started to manufacture and experiment. And then he started to meet shamans and doctors and scientists who did these things. So we started to understand that psilocybin had the ability to take the mask off. We all have this mask that we wear, even if we're trying to heal, and we can't sometimes break through. When I achieve that right dosage with the right kind of mushroom, the laughter, the joy, the sadness, the pain, it basically just takes off the shield and it allows me to restart fresh with the understanding that my worst days do not define me.
Absolutely.
And I have to forgive myself first. I'm the only one carrying the baggage. Anybody else who's carrying baggage, when I take mushrooms, it's gone. And I accept that I release you. I release that energy. I release this to the world because it is no longer a part of my story. I get to watch it. It's like you get to watch your pain, deal with it, and then throw it away.
I love how you describe that. For me, it's the same. Pain, loneliness, all of those things, they don't seem as big and they don't overtake you. It's not like a wave that overtakes you. It's more or less you have more control over your thought process too.
Correct.
So sometimes, you're spiraling out of control, and you come up with one negative thought or one negative situation, and you jump on it and you ride it, baby. You ride it.
Absolutely.
But with psilocybin, it stops you from doing that. It allows you to see everything around you that's great. And then there's just this one little issue over here, and then you can work on that one little issue, but it doesn't overpower you, and your thought process doesn't overpower you. How long have you been studying mushrooms, and where do you want to see that go? I know It's not legal right now throughout the country, but there's so many studies that are taking place for people that have PTSD, veterans,
Absolutely.
all of those things. Where do you want to see that go?
So, like I said, I'm 10 years in recovery from opiate addiction, but I still believe, I don't know if I would consider myself a psychonaut, but I've experimented with hallucinogens and other things with doctors as well as friends, and it's the same thing. It's an ego death. Once you can understand why these ancient civilizations, like the people of Kemet and the people of Egypt, why they used the blue lotus, why these things were incorporated in their sacred rituals of ascension. We're not talking about a bunch of people sitting around a campfire getting stoned and then laughing. You're talking about sacred ceremonies that were so precious, they were carved in stone. And there was a legacy left about how to do this and how to commune. So, in my opinion, it gives us access to higher dimensions of within ourselves. The more, like you were talking about, under pressure, I believe the mushrooms may connect with us somehow and put spiritual pressure. And under that spiritual pressure, we become diamonds or crystals.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. I love
crystal beings.
So, you have a brand.
Yes.
I want you to tell us about how you came up with your brand.
Absolutely. I was in a dark, sad, scary place, and I didn't, I had been doing a dab bar. I see everybody that was in the legacy. They were either trapping, you were selling, you did something, that was your brand, right? Or clothing. And it just wasn't, I didn't want to sell pot. I didn't want to sell cannabis. I love it so much, and I see the benefit. I understand just philosophically, that's just not my MO. I support people doing it. But I was like, how can I, let me find a way to show people how I use it. And that's where, I was like, all right, now I need to be, I wanted shock and awe, but I wanted to have identification. So everybody knows Dirty Jersey. And, I have a big tattoo here of the state of New Jersey with brass knuckles, and it says Dirty Jersey on it. And I was like, well, Dirty Dank Jersey, why not? And then double DJ. And then I'm sitting there and double DJ, it's your boy with the joy. And, one thing led to another, the creativity, lightning in a jar just brought forth the squatch you love to watch,
So I love all that. I can tell that you are firmly submitted into this. And when I say submitted, it's a female plant, and you got to love her, right?
Absolutely.
You got to love her. And so for me, as I walk through this ecosystem and I meet all these different people, we all have this admiration for this plant that's saving lives and that continues to save lives. How can we find you? How can we find your medicine? How can we find who you are? How can we learn about what you do?
So tomorrow, actually, I wish you guys were here more. It's my first class ever. I'll be teaching at the Four Seas Club at Green Dragon Hydroponics in South Jersey. I'll be teaching solventless. Oh, well, it's called Solventless Sundays, but it is cannabis consumption. And I want to teach people how to be safe, how to understand, how to start thinking medically and medicinally about cannabis. Because we hear all this rec, and that's wonderful. But I want people to also understand that understanding cannabis as a medicine empowers all of us, because it gives us, I don't want to say, bulletproof something, but it gives us another leg to stand on when outsiders and people who may not resonate with our message want to say, oh, this is just a bunch of people. No. This is saving lives. This is stopping seizures. This is helping Parkinson's. This is helping people have a quality of life that there is only one other way, and that's opiates and medicines that cause severe addiction. So, from neither here nor there, my opinion is that cannabis will ultimately become hopefully the new way to treat addictions and depressions and stuff, versus let's try these, plant medicine ways. Once we can accept these homeopathic and, holistic remedies, I think we stand a much better chance of saving children, saving our youth, having further generations be able to propagate the plant, its wisdom, break stigmas, right? It's going to take many generations, even as far along as we are. I'm out there every day and I see it. I travel the country, and we're very lucky here on the East Coast to have progressive thinking and to have money to support different initiatives. But other states, it's just, I go to Tennessee and I just watch my friend just, basically get treated like a murderer for a joint in his ashtray.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's that. But you know what? Sitting here talking with you, you actually make medicinal dope. And that part is important, because a lot of times when a state is medicinal and it becomes adult use or rec, the patients start to fall off and people don't do what they need to do.
Yep.
And so I love that you are a voice still for the medicinal purpose.
Make medical great again.
In Jersey. Oh, yeah. Dirty, dank Jersey. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So give them your social media handles and all of those things. How can they find you?
If you want to stay tapped in with the squatch you love to watch, you can go to www.dirtydankjersey.com. You can find me on Twitter or X currently as NJ Gasquatch, GASQUATCH. I have a Discord. I have my own merch and community. So feel free on my Instagram, which is certified DDJ. That's certified with 3 Ds at the end and a J. Click on that link tree right there. You'll get everything, or my website, again, all cross promoted. You could probably find me on one of your favorite stoners pages somewhere. I've kind of been all over lately. It's fun. Collaboration. I believe in collaborating instead of competing. And I hope to be a role model for this, that we don't have to, hide people and push people. No, let's all come together. Don't be, even if our products are the same, let's shine that light on each other. I bet it's a little different than mine. Right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Is your class sold out tomorrow?
No, it's $5 pre-sale, $10 at the door, free for all members of Green Dragon Hydro. So if you're a grower and you want to go start getting your stuff, you can get membership cards at Green Dragon. It's an amazing community, a place where all the growers in the state get to get those, products they need to do living soil, hydroponics, reverse osmosis. Oh, they have it all, So it really is a place to have your knowers, your growers, your consumers all meet,
So, Dirty Dank Jersey, tell me a little bit about what you're doing for veterans.
So, I personally believe that our veterans are the reason we have the freedom to do what we all do today. Absolutely. Right? They fought and died on foreign soil to give us this ability. So I want to help veterans coming home, especially from combat and who have served and seen things, right, to have access to horticultural therapy, right? My friend Lyon Henry, a former Secret Service agent and Special Forces at Rutgers University, helped create a program there that helps veterans connect with their, emotions and how to take care of living plants. So these classes exist, and I want to expand them and expand access and make it more aware, right? Make it so that every American Legion nationwide has some sort of a suicide prevention, cannabis access, because we have so many veterans that are killing themselves daily. If they knew how to grow pot, I guarantee you they would probably have 5 to 10 minutes. Oh, you know what? I don't want to kill myself right now. I got to go take care of this plant. I mean, just whatever.
Absolutely.
So I feel that it's important for our state to not only just for veterans, but cannabis inclusive recovery. That goes across everything. If you have to be able to include cannabis in recovery, whether it's mental illness, addiction, any kind of self-harming behaviors.
One of the things that I found that was really different about New Jersey, and don't get me wrong, every state has interesting laws, and some of them are a little ridiculous, but the fact that New Jersey does not allow you to grow at home, tell us about that.
So it is very upsetting, because at the end of the day, it would provide access to people who just aren't there's no other way, financially it is expensive, if whether it's recreational or medical, however you're trying to get it, growing at home, even if they were to regulate, 5 plants, 10 plants, let patients grow their medicine, right? Because, it's a mixed message. It's like, you're trying to say that, we want to do it. No, well, in anything you can do, I can do better, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to let people make growing their medicine a part of it. It's just important. It's just like being a vegan or anything else. You want to know where your stuff comes from, and if you're not doing it and you can't trust it, you know.
Absolutely. So that's the one thing I believe that they need to change about the laws. There's other things that may be important, but that's, to me, that's the immediate thing.
Home grow, 100%. Make home grow for medical patients. Let's start there. You know, make home grow for medical patients.
Absolutely. I love that. I'm Thunder Walker with the Thunder Walker Experience. This is the Smoke Currency Tour, and this is Dirty Dank Jersey, handling it out for medicinal in Jersey. I love it.
Awesome.